Good evening to all. Welcome you all to the daily current affairs session brought to you by Ganesh IAS Academy for the date 5th August 2023 for the news which came in Indian Express newspaper. Okay, let's get into the today's current affair discussion. India's export ban pushes global rice prices nearly 12-year high. From the heading itself, we could able to know that the global food inflation, that is particularly rice inflation, has increased to an all-time 12 years high because of India's restriction in export of non-basmati white rice. So let's discuss about the content of the news. The global price has soared to 12 years high following India's decision to ban the export of all non-basmati and non-parboiled white rice. According to United Nations FAO, Food as well as Agriculture Organization, they are releasing all rice price index each year with base year as 2014-16, and by comparing this year's price with the base year, it has reached to a point of 129.7 points. So we could able to see that nearly 29.7% increase in the price of the 29.7% rise in the price of the rice in the global arena. Why it has risen is, recently India has prohibited export of all non-basmati white rice, which accounted for nearly 9.9 metric ton out of the 22.35 metric ton of the cereals, that is rice, being exported from India. Rice, unlike wheat, is thinly traded global commodity. In the case of wheat, India's shares in the global arena is very negligible. So if India is banning the export of wheat, means there won't be any kind of price impact in the global arena. But in the case of rice, India is having a share of 40.4% in the global export of rice. So if India is banning a certain quantity of the rice, means surely a chunk of the percentage which is to be exported to the global arena will get affected, as a result of which there will be less supply in the global arena, but the demand will be same. So when the supply is reduced, means automatically the same demand will be seen as the higher demand, as a result of which the price will get increased in the global arena. See, with 22.35 metric ton of rice which goes out of the India to the global arena, out of the total 55.65 metric ton of rice which is traded across the world, that is, out of the 55.65 metric ton of rice that is traded across the world, 22.35 metric ton of rice is being exported from India itself. So it accounts for nearly 40.4% of its share. And who are all the other major rice exporting countries are Thailand, second is Thailand, third is Vietnam, and fourth is Pakistan. So this factual points could be useful for us whenever there is a question related to international, who are all the leading exporter of rice in the global arena. If there is any kind of question, means this fact could be useful for us to eliminate the question statement. So these are all the details of the news. Since the news is related to United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization's rice price index, we have to know about United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization's details. FAO, that is Food and Agriculture Organization, headquarters in Rome, and it is the specialized agency of United Nations, founded in 1945. Its objective is to achieve food security for all and make sure that people have regular access to enough and high quality food to lead their daily life. With nearly 195 members, out of the 195 members, 194 are the countries, and another member is the European Union, which is the, as we all know that certain European countries joined together to form European Union. So Union is also member of United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. FAO right now works with more than 130 countries worldwide, and it is governed by a biennial conference, which will be electing some 49 members for its executive council. This executive council is responsible for implementing the decision taken by the biennial conference. And the major reports released by United Nations Food and Agriculture Organizations are State of World Forest, State of Agriculture Commodity Market, State of World Fisheries and Aquaculture, State of Food and Agriculture, State of Security and Nutrition in the world. These are all the important reports being released by United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. So these are all the important details related to United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. Let's look into World Food Program. Because it is the program which is there to eradicate the hunger as well as promoting the food security in the global arena. And India being one of the major contributors for the World Food Program to eradicate the global hunger as well as the promoting food security, and the ban in the export of rice will surely will affect the World Food Program also. So let's look into what does this World Food Program is about. World Food Program is the branch of United Nations that deals with hunger eradication and promotes food security. It is the member of United Nations Development Program. It works on more than 100 countries which to provide food security assistance during emergency and works with community to enhance nutrition as well as generate their resilience. And it is functioning in India since 1963. And how they are getting funded is, it is only voluntary funding by the government, corporate or any other private donors. And Global Report on Food Crisis is the major report being released by World Food Program. So this is what the detail is related to World Food Program is about. So what we needed to study further is, we should know about the rice. What is the geography that is very suitable for cultivating a rice, and what is the soil, what is the environment, what is the atmosphere, and what is the climatic condition that is very suitable for the cultivation of rice. And in India, particularly in India, which states are the largest producing of rice in India? That minute details also we should be knowing. Second is, we should know about Food Corporation of India. Third is, we should know about minimum support price as well as procurement price. Fourth is, we should know about the PDF system of India. These are all the other peripheral areas which we needed to know apart from the news as well as the detail which we have discussed in the previous slide. Okay, let's discuss about the prelims question which was asked in relation to the news which we have seen in the previous slide. Which one of the following factors is responsible? Following factors or policy were affecting the price of rice in India in the recent past. Minimum support price, first, yes. Second is government trading, yes. Example, open market operation. Third is government stockpiling, yes. And fourth is consumer subsidies. So these all factors will play a role in the price of rice in India. So all the statement 1, 2, 3 and 4 are correct. And then UPSC mains question in relation to the news. Explain various types of revolution took place in agriculture after independence in India. How these revolutions have helped in poverty alleviation and food security in India. 10-mark question. So students, please comment the answer point for the question which we are seeing right now on the board, so that we could able to have some exchange of views in the comment section, and which will be very useful for all of us. So please do comment answer. Okay. Another news is in fourth extension, Home Secretary Balla gets another year. So what is the content of the news is this? The present Home Secretary Ajay Bella has been given another 1 year tenure extension by appointment committee of cabinet, and this is the fourth such extension being given to him. So let's discuss about the Home Secretary. Home Secretary acts as administrative head of Ministry of Home Affairs, and he is the chief advisor to the Home Minister on all aspects of policies as well as administrative affairs. And he represents Ministry of Home Affairs before Public Accounts Committee of Parliament of India. And Home Secretary is the first among equal secretary in Ministry of Home Affairs. Okay, the Home Secretary is being appointed by Cabinet Committee of Appointments. So let's look into the details of what does the Cabinet Committee of Appointment is. The committee is headed by Prime Minister. The committee takes decision regarding all high levels appointment in Cabinet Secretariat, public enterprises, banks as well as financial institutions. It decides on all the cases of disagreement related to appointments between ministries as well as UPSC, and also it considers and decide representations, appeals and memorial from officers of the rank or the pay equivalent to or higher than joint secretary in the central government. So this is what the important function of Cabinet Committee on Appointment is. So what we needed to study further is we should study about other cabinet committees in India and what are their role, who are the members, we should be knowing about them, and we should know about Ministry of Personal, Public Grievance as well as Pension. We should know about the who is the in charge of the ministry and what are all the roles and responsibilities of the ministry and what are all the schemes, programs, policy being implemented in the ministry. It will be available in the Ministry of Personnel's website itself, because the IAS cadre controlling authority vests with Ministry of Personnel. So we have to know about them also. Third is we should know about the parliamentary committees in India. So these are all the other details which we needed to know. So let's discuss about the UPSC prelims question asked in relation to committees. With reference to Parliament of India, which of the following parliamentary committee scrutinizes and reports to the House whether the power to make regulations, rules, sub-rules, bylaws, etc. conferred by the Constitution delegated by the Parliament are being properly exercised by the executive within the scope of such delegation? The answer is Committee on Subordinate Legislature. So its function only they have given as the statement. And the UPSC mains question which was asked in relation to cabinet. The size of cabinet should be as big as governmental work justifies and as big as the Prime Minister can manage as a team. How far is the efficacy of the government then inversely related to the size of the cabinet? Discussed 10 mark. So students, please do comment answer point for the question which we are seeing right now on the board, so that you could be able to familiarize with the previous year question, which could helps you to face the upcoming mains examinations. PM to lay foundation stone of 508 railway station tomorrow. PM, Prime Minister of India, will be laying a foundation stone for 508 railway station redevelopment project. It is going to be redeveloped under Amrit Bharat scheme that was launched to redevelop nearly 1,309 stations in India. And it is going to be one of the largest program for laying the foundation stone. So, since the news is about Amrit Bharat scheme, let's discuss about some important details related to Amrit Bharat scheme. It will transform and revitalize nearly 1,309 railway stations across India, and it envisages development of station as the continuous basis with long-term approach. Yeah, the scheme aims to make the development of railway station as the continuous process. So they will be keep on increasing the targeted stations according to the requirement and also with the long-term vision. What is the purpose of redeveloping is that they wanted to increase the or make sure that the railway station are properly maintained, and then they wanted to introduce some world class amenities to the people or the citizen, those who are visiting those stations, by improving the station access, circulating areas, waiting, and designing the waiting hall in such a way that the citizens could get engaged in some way or other way while they are waiting for railways, and toilets, lift as well as escalators as necessary, and then cleanliness, etc. These are all the important amenities which is going to be introduced in the upcoming redeveloped railway station, and it involves master plans and their implementation in phases will be implemented in phases, and right now it is being implemented under Ministry of Railway. So this is what this detail of the scheme of Amrit Bharat is related to. Okay, let's discuss about another scheme called One Station, One Product scheme. Right now in all the redeveloped stations which is going to be redeveloped under Amrit Bharat scheme, which we have seen in the previous slide. In all the station, this one station one product is going to get a place. What is that one station one product scheme is? Under this scheme, OSOP means one station one product. OSOP outlet will be made in each redeveloped railway station, and it will be showcasing as well as selling, and it will give high visibility to the indigenously produced local products, so that the local sellers as well as local manufacturers could get benefited by the scheme, so that their products will get used to the common citizen, those who are visiting the redeveloped railway station. And the one station one products, since the one station one product aims to showcase the indigenously produced product, and its objective is to promote vocal for local vision of the government of India. It provides market for local or indigenous product and creates additional income opportunity for marginalized section of the society, so that people will get habituated with those products, and they will be knowing these kind of indigenous products have been produced as well as manufactured in India. அந்த மாதிரி விஷயங்கள்லாம் மக்களுக்கு தெரிய வரும். Because most of the people, those who are visiting the railway station, are the common citizens of India, and they are also at one point in time they will be consumers of the products only. So if they are seeing the indigenously produced product, means they will get used to it, and the manufacturers or the local producers will get a market into it. So it is being developed under Ministry of Railways. Okay, let's discuss about what are all the other areas which we needed to study apart from the details which we have seen in the previous slide. We should know about the total number of railway zones and their headquarters in India. Second is we should know about IRCTC and their functions. Third is we should know about this year's railway budget. Fourth is we should know about Lord Dalhousie, the governor of British India, who introduced railways in India. So whenever there is a news related to railways, means then we have to go back to our NCERT history textbook. We should have a look at the Lord Dalhousie's era. So let's discuss the previous year prelims question asked in relation to railways. With reference to bio-toilets used by Indian Railway, consider the following statement. The decomposition of human waste in the bio-toilet is initiated by fungal inoculum. No, this statement is wrong, because why it is wrong is the decomposition in the bio-toilet will be initiated by bacteria, anaerobic bacteria. It is not fungus. So the statement is wrong. And in the second statement, ammonia and water vapor are the only end products in this decomposition. It is not so. Whenever there is the extreme statement like only, any, then we have to be very careful. We have to take a pause and have to rethink about the statement which we have read. So the second statement is also wrong. It is not only ammonia as well as water. There are other compounds will get produced from the bio-toilets. So answer is D, neither one nor two. UPSC mains question, which was asked as 15-mark question in the previous year, is investment in infrastructure is essential for rapid and inclusive economic growth. Discuss in light of India's experience. So this is the previous year question which was asked in relation to infrastructure, which is GS3. So please do comment answer point for the question which we are seeing right now on the board. RRBs need to increase their digital focus, so that by what the finance minister during the review of regional rural banks has said is they wanted regional rural banks needed to increase as well as focus the digitally active customers, so that it could be supplementing the government of India's effort to digitalize the economy. And then during the meeting, what the finance minister has said is the credit deposit ratio and then the gross non-performing asset and the provision coverage ratio of RRB, particularly the southern region, is better than the national averages. So what they are saying is that RRB's southern region is performing better when compared to the other region. Since the news revolves around regional rural bank, let's discuss about the regional rural bank itself. It was set up as government sponsored regional based rural lending institution under Regional Rural Bank Act 1976. The RRBs were established as per the recommendation of Narasimhan Committee to cater to the rural credit. And the Prathama Gramin Sabha was the first to be established on 2nd October 1975. And the Syndicate Bank is the first bank that came forward to sponsor the Prathama Gramin Bank. And its operation, that is RRB's operation, is limited only to those areas that has been notified by the government. And who are all the shareholders in the RRBs are central governments will have a 50% equity share, followed by sponsors bank 35% equity share, and then it is followed, and then then it follows state government with 15% equity share. So this could be a prelims fact which we needed to be aware of. And they were created to serve rural areas with basic banking as well as financial service facilities, and also enable the government projects being implemented, or the government project with the focus on the rural beneficiaries being implemented through this RRBs. And in most of the case, RRBs will be functioning in urban branches also. And RRB, out of the total deposit, they needed to set aside a 70% of their credit for priority sector lending. And then similar to other scheduled commercial bank, RRBs also should maintain cash reserve ratio and then statutory liquidity ratio, SLR, CRR. And then, as I said, RRB are the main agent of carrying the government operation like disbursement of wages for Narega's worker and distribution of pension in certain schemes, and then providing banking facilities like debit as well as credit card and mobile banking and other basic banking facility to those people who are present in the rural area. The important objective is to provide last mile connectivity in the banking sector. That is why the RRB has been formed immediately after nationalization of the banks in 1969. And the reason for nationalization is also wanted to spread the banks that is heavily concentrated on the urban areas to the rural areas also, and creating specialized rural banks to the rural area is also another initiative to promote banking in the rural areas. So this is what the details in relation to RRB is about. Okay, since RRB of southern region has fared excellently when compared to national averages in areas like credit deposit ratio not ration, and gross NPA. Let's look into what does the credit deposit ratio is. It is the ratio of loan and liability of the bank. It is used to measure the liquidity that is present in the bank. If the ratio, that is loan, they will be dividing loan with the liability. As we all know, in bank, loan will be considered as asset in the balance sheet and liability is the deposit in the balance sheet. So they will be dividing the asset, the credit, with the deposit, and if the ratio is higher means it indicates the loans are disbursed more than deposit, and if the ratio is lower means then it is vice versa. By knowing the ratio, we could able to easily come to a conclusion about the liquidity status of the particular bank. Since RRB has fared well in these criteria, we could able to clearly come to a conclusion that RRB of the southern region has higher liquidity when compared to other regions. Second is gross NPA. It is the total value of the loan that has been disbursed by the banks, and the total value does not deduct the provisioning made by the particular banks for the loan which have been turned to NPA. And if if the provisioning that is made by the bank has been reduced from the total value of NPA means, then it is called as net non-performing asset. So this is what the details of the news is related to. Okay, what we needed to study further is we should know about other important bankings which have been introduced to enhance the last mile connectivity in the banking sector. First is we have to know about the small finance bank as well as the payment bank. What are all the facilities they are allowed to give to the people, and what are the criteria that the government follows to recognize these certain bank as small financial bank and certain bank as the payment banks, and what are all their CRR as well as SLR rate, and what are all their priority lending rate. And then we should also know about whether they are capable of, or whether they are allowed to give credit as well as mobilize deposit. And if they are allowed to mobilize deposit means we have to know about what kind of deposit, whether it is normal deposit or time deposit. Third is we should know about the NABARD and their working and what is the reason for creation of NABARD. Fourth is we should know about the NAREGA scheme, because we have seen in the while discussing about the regional rural bank, we have seen that regional rural bank act as intermediary for financing to bypass the government fund to the intended beneficiaries, because through the government the fund will be flowing to RRB, and the RRB will dispose those fund to beneficiaries in the form of wage for the work done by them. So these are all the other things which we needed to know. So okay, let's discuss about the prelims question, which previous year prelims question which was asked in relation to the news. Which one of the following grant direct credit assistance to rural household? 2013 prelims question. Regional Rural Bank, yes. That is the reason why it has created, to disperse credit to the rural household. NABARD, yes, NABARD is also one of the reason why it is created. Third is Land Development Bank, is also one of the reason to why it was created, to dispose the credit facility to person those who are present in rural area. So all the statement is correct. So answer option is D. Okay, let's discuss. Let's look into previous year prelims question which was asked in relation to bank. Pradhan Mantri Jandan Yojana is necessary for bringing unbanked to the institution finance fold. Do you agree with this for financial inclusion of the poor sector of the Indian society? Give argument to justify your opinion. 10-mark question. Since RRB, which we have discussed in the previous section, is also one of the important institution to bring financial inclusion in India, and Pradhan Mantri Jandan Yojana specifically been implemented to enhance the financial inclusion in India. So so we have to, this question will be very apt. You could able to quote the points which we have discussed in the previous slide also. So I want students, please do comment answer point for the question which we are seeing right now on the board. Peru fossil find could be heaviest animal ever. The scientists have found a fossil in the a fossil of ancient whale in the Peru coast. It is in South America, and they have, by analyzing as well as detailing the fossil element of the particular ancient whale, they have come to a conclusion that it could be heavier than the blue whale. Right now, blue whale is considered as the heavier animal to be in the heavy blue whale is right now considered to be the heavier animal that is existing till now. But this finding has come to a conclusion that the ancient whale in the Peru region could be more heavier than the blue whale which is existing right now, and which is considered as the heavier animal right now, and the fossil of ancient whale has beaten it, and scientists described it as Peru situs closures or colossal whale from Peru. Since the news is related to whale, let's discuss about the blue whale, essential physical features of the whale. The blue whale is the largest animal ever known to have existed, but right now it is beaten by the new findings of the scientists in the Peru coast, and they are found in all ocean except enclosed sea as well as the Arctic region. Third, blue whales are the loudest animal on the earth, and their sound will be very louder than the jet engine. Jet engine sound is 140 decibel, but in the case of blue whale it is 180 decibel, so more than the jet engine. The IUCN status given for blue whale is endangered, and it falls under Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Because of the repeated hunting of the whale, International Whaling Commission has banned all kind of blue whale hunting in 1966. Okay, let's learn some fact about International Whaling Commission. It is the global intergovernmental body which is formed for conservation of whales as well as management of whaling industry. It was established in 1946 in the place called Washington, that is United States. It was set up under International Convention for Regulation of Whaling. It is headquartered in England and India is a member to it. So what we needed to study further is we should know about the dolphin, the essential characteristic features of the dolphin. Second is we should know about Indian Ocean Whale Sanctuary. Which is being implemented under Whaling Commission. Third is we should know about the Japan's commercial whaling activities in the South China Seas and as well as East China Sea. So we should know about the geographical area of South China as well as East China Sea and why Japan is vehemently opposing the decisions made by international whaling commissions. We should know about them. For this, we should know about the aquatic ecosystem, aquatic food chain in relation to environment. So these are all the other areas which we needed to know. Okay, let's discuss about prelims question which was asked in relation to species. Consider the following statement. Some species of turtles are herbivores. Yes. Some species of fishes are herbivores. It is also correct. And some species of marine mammals are herbivores. Yes. Some species of snakes are viviparous. Yes, this is also correct. So right now the trend in the UPSC is increasing. Whenever there is a statement relation to statement that contains words some, it is we could most of the time it is getting it is the correct statement only. Right, till now it is correct statement, but UPSC could change the trend in the upcoming years also. So we have to be very alert whenever we are solving the question. So answer is option D, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay students, let's thank you for all. Thank you students for those watching the current affairs session online. Please do comment as well as like, subscribe and share, and then press the bell icon so that you could able to receive the daily notification of the daily current affairs session as well as the any other important UPSC related current affairs that will be brought to you in the near future by Ganesh IAS Academy. Thank you.